Welcome to Between the Studs. Once again, I am joined with the lovely Angie and the remarkable Chris. And very enthusiastic double thumbs up there. Today we have a video that was requested from more than one person. What is our process when we get Lego? Every weekend is usually our biggest receiving day, I guess. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We come in on Monday and the table I'm looking at is piled so high I can't even see Chris's desk. So we're going to talk about it briefly here, but then we're actually going to get up and show you.
Yeah, we get a lot during the week, but I try to keep up with it so it doesn't pile up. But,
Okay.
But then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, no one touches it except just to add more and more to it. So when we come in on Monday, it's like, whoa.
Start us off. I guess I'll start with Angie because she's the first responder in this situation. When you come in on a Monday morning and you see something like this,
Yes.
what is the first thing?
My first reaction is, oh, I got a lot to do today. But no, my second reaction is usually I need to get this prepped for when Chris comes in, so it's easier for him to go through to tell me what he wants to do. Now, we've done it enough now that I, most of the time, kind of figure out what he's going to want ahead of time. But I also, he surprises me, so there are times that I think he's going to want to inventory it and he doesn't, or vice versa. My job is to kind of get it out of all the containers it came in and get it set out on the table so he can see it really well, or to combine the things that I think he's just going to want to put out for sale versus inventory. And then when he gets here and has time to touch it, when I can nail his feet to the floor for a few minutes, we go through it all and he tells me da-da-da-da-da, and then we're done. And then I send the minions in to get it to do whatever, and I put it where it belongs so that people can do their job.
And they prefer to be called minions. They like that.
Yeah.
They request it, actually.
Yeah.
I would say about 75% of the stuff that actually comes in, we trade. People are bringing them in for trade.
Yes.
People are trading them in because it's good stuff, actually. And some of the best stuff usually comes in on trade because it's a collector or an enthusiast, and they know what they have, they know what it's worth, and they're trying to buy something like the Green Grocer. We just sold the Green Grocer last week, but we didn't actually sell it. We're trading for it. The guys, he told us he wanted it. I think he put a small down payment on it, and then he's sent us stuff to trade for it. So we're waiting to get that in the mail, and then we'll tell him how much we'll give him in trade for those items. So about 75% of the stuff that we're getting ready to look at came in on trade, and it's really good stuff because it was well taken care of. The other 25%, usually it's pretty clear what that is. It's dirty, it's dusty, it's been broken up and stuff like that.
There's a lot of processing and manpower on our end to prepare it for sale.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When you come in and after Angie has kind of placed everything and organized it, sometimes you have to look up what set it is, and you'll put a little sticky note, hey, this is from this set, it's complete or mostly complete. When you're going down the table and you're deciding, okay, this is inventory, this is put on the shelf, this is take apart and it's bulk, what are you looking for? What makes your decisions?
Well, if something is really incomplete, it's easy. We're just either going to put it in the pick-a-brick to be sorted, or we're going to put it in the graveyard if it's something valuable and has valuable stickers on it or printed parts.
Sometimes just the pieces are valuable, but the set's not, so we take the good stuff off and then the other goes to the
It very seldom is something worth rebuilding. So if it's something broken up and it looks complete, we might inventory it if it's a valuable set or a set we don't have out. But if it's a not a valuable set, a common set, or a new set that can still be bought at retail and it's not complete looking, like I said, we'll process it, sort it, put it in our bulk Lego, or we'll put it in the graveyard if it has rare parts on it.
The kind of exception to a lot of the rules is Star Wars, because people will buy Star Wars almost anything if it's complete, right? So if something's in pieces, we'll actually take the time to put a lot of the Star Wars stuff together, right? Depending.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, and we have a Star Wars expert that actually takes a lot of the Star Wars stuff to their house. And so even if something is only 50% there, she might have the other 50% at her house.
She
can match
does,
up,
actually.
match the sets up, and put them together and get a complete set out of it.
The only thing I don't do, mainly because I just don't know as well, I'm still learning, is figures. When figures come in, I usually just hand whatever the bucket of figures is to Chris, because I'm just not as familiar with what's valuable, what's not. I'm always asking, is this good? Is this complete? Because we have a place for complete and incomplete figures. That's the one thing I don't do anything with except just hand it over.
Unless it's already grouped with the set. If it's obvious like that.
Yeah. And typically if it's with the set, Chris, I try to keep them with the set, but then Chris always comes along and takes all the figures off and then puts them in his bucket anyway.
And like last weekend, we just got a box of parts and figures, and some of them had the right head, some of them didn't. It was all over the place.
Some were fake.
That's right. We had some fake mixed in. So the minifigures are special. They go to their own processing area. So we're not going to be. I guess we might hit that today.
We've got several bins of figures that came in over the weekend, so we will do that. But I won't mess with those. Because that's not my thing.
I guess with the figures, it's not Angie's thing, it's my thing.
It's totally his thing.
Looking at it.
Usually if he's not here and a bunch of figures come in and some of the employees come in, they're like, I'm like, nope. That's Chris's favorite thing. Leave it alone. I'm leaving it for Chris. I have to fight them off.
In fact, they gave me a shoebox full of fake figures. Very clearly, you look at it, they're just terrible figures. And I had it at my desk because I don't let anybody throw anything away. And it sat there all week. Finally, on Friday, I'm starting to catch up, and I start to look at what we have in this bin of fake figures. And there were 4 actually custom printed Lego minifigures in there that were worth more than a regular Lego minifigure because it's it's a piece of artwork. It's made out of real Lego. It's got custom printing on it. They were very well done. I don't know who did them. I don't know where they came from, but they're $20 figures.
Those came from the non-Lego bin that the guys sort downstairs.
Oh, really?
So I pulled them out of the non-Lego bin, put them in a bin because any non-Lego figures, unless they're just hokey little weird things, but if it's Halo or any of those stuff, or big giant ones that I know aren't Lego but Chris might like, I always put them in a bin and then give them to him to play with or to trash.
The big giant figures, those are action figures.
Yeah, not big fig, not Lego big fig.
Action figures. But a lot of them he likes.
I love action figures. I have a real affinity for them. I think you do too, Justin. We played with them when we were kids. G.I. Joe, Star Wars. In fact, I was going through some this weekend that my brother brought home back down to Georgia from our house that we grew up in, and he and I are going through them, and it's kind of what I get to do every day. And it's a lot of fun.
He also collects these ant figures with
army ants.
So if I see those, I'm telling you, any figure, Chris will take it.
Love action figures.
Give him some G.I. Joe.
So let's stop talking about it. Let's get up and take them through, show them that the mess that is that table and how we turn it into sellable items. All right.
Great.
All right, so this is what we see when we walk in on a Monday morning.
I walk into this every Monday.
Always very different what we're going to get in. We never know what we're walking into. Usually on a Monday, everything came in over the weekend in trade. This is the first thing sitting here. These are action figures somebody brought in because the owners, Ed and I, we like action figures a lot. And people know that. And these are almost absolutely worthless episode 1, 2, and 3 figures from Star Wars when they started coming back out in the late 90s, early 2000s. They might be worth $1 or $2 each. We gave them $1 or $2 in store credit, and we'll put them out for sale on our floor. We have a non-Lego section, and it makes a really cheap Star Wars gift to give somebody or toy for a kid.
Plus, whatever, this Electra girl came in too.
So I'd prefer not to get stuff like this in because it takes up space. But every now and then, along with the bad figures, you're going to get a decent figure. So.
And typically we don't give store credit for non-Lego. The exception for this was that it was in mint condition and boxed, correct?
Sealed packages, yeah. So it's probably, if you're going to come in and bring something, it wouldn't hurt to bring other things in. You never know what we'll give store credit for.
This came in from a gentleman who brought Lego in about a week ago. and he mentioned something about he had other toys, and asked if we bought them, and I said no, not really. And then on his way out, he said something about G.I. Joe, and I went, "Do you have G.I. Joe?" I said, "Well, my boss definitely would like to see your G.I. Joe." And then he left, and I didn't think he was coming back. I didn't know what he had in G.I. Joe, but I just knew he had stuff. So then he came back in and brought that. And when I first told Chris he had G.I. Joe, before he walked out there, he was like, like his eyes got big and like it was Christmas Day or something.
Now, unfortunately, these are the 12-inch G.I. Joes that I'm not into, so I'll probably end up shooting them at the shooting range. Because we collect the smaller 3.5-inch action figures. We give about $1 store credit for boxes, empty boxes. So people bring in empty boxes all weekend.
And these are actually really good ones. Sometimes we get stuff we already have a bunch of, but like this is the new police station one. Oh, the train for Disney. Any
Just
modulars?
Square,
yeah, these are some really good boxes. Most of the time we get stuff that's just we have a million of already.
Like that one there, we have a lot of that one.
We do.
probably throw that away.
Explain to me, why does the Atlanta Brick Company take boxes?
Well, we will inventory sets and repackage them, and they look so much better when they're repackaged in their original box than in one of our clear boxes. Our clear boxes don't look bad; they look good.
They look fine, but people
but you
pretend
just
to buy
can't
more
beat-
when they have them.
You can't beat that.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks awesome.
Especially if they're given a gift, they would rather have it in this kind of a box. With Friends, we don't hardly ever get Friends boxes in, at least not the old ones. And so that a lot of our used Friends sets are in plastic boxes.
We have so much space in empty boxes that we're taking up in our basement. So we do throw away about half the boxes we get in, or we'll use them as shipping boxes. We still want people to bring in their empty boxes. We'll still give them store credit for them because you never know which ones we need and which ones we don't need. This was a collection we got in from an adult collector. They're all previously built boxes, box sets, and we got the original boxes, we got the instructions, and he even has, in a lot of them, he has the bags numbered. When he broke it back down, he broke it down by bag.
That took a long time.
Yeah, so it's
Wow.
excellent quality. It doesn't smell. It smells just like a brand new Lego set, and most of them are brand new Lego sets. You've got the Fiat, the Haunted House, the Apollo, the Saturn
brought in
V,
the Creator Pirate Ship,
Barracuda Bay, which is a great one.
Corner Garage, and then the Pièce de Résistance, the Ninjago City Docks.
Yeah, and by the time you see or hear this video,
It'll
this
be
set
gone.
will be sold.
Yeah,
So.
it will.
Since we got these sets in and it was an adult collector, they're clean, they're complete, they're boxed and instructions, we're going to inventory all of these and put them back out for sale so people can buy them and build them.
Even when they go through this much pain and sacrifice to number the bags, we still inventory it ourselves.
We still have to inventory it ourselves, yeah.
Well, we want to confirm that the pieces are there, and sometimes people say they're complete. Not that this person did that, but sometimes they'll say they're complete. So when you go through it, it technically is complete, but maybe it was supposed to have a dark blue-gray stud and they put a light blue-gray stud in there just so that they have enough studs. So they may or may not be the right color. A lot of times that's what happens. So they can actually truthfully say it is complete to them, but for us it's not, because it's not accurate.
And we even have to make sure the stickers are put on correctly.
Yeah.
We try to keep things sorted by collection, by how they come in, because the minifigures for this set might be over here, the other set might be over there. Put them together, maybe we want to inventory it since it's a complete set. But if we start to spread things out, then we kind of lose track of what came in with what collection. So we try to keep collections together, but we got so much in this weekend that kind of things got put everywhere. This was an adult collector built these and brought them in for us. Classic TP's Rock Raiders set and older space
Also,
sets.
the Rock Raiders headquarters came in, and it's needing a book. So I ordered the book because it's a pretty valuable set, and we can put
How
that
much
out.
was the book?
Maybe like $7 or something. It wasn't
$7. That's a lot, though.
Yeah, for a book it is.
It is a lot, yeah.
But the set's pretty.
But it'll be
valuable.
totally worth it because it's a good set. And Rock Raiders is actually really popular right now. We're selling a lot of Rock Raiders.
Also, this Star Wars set, he brought this too, and it's sorted by color, complete with the figures. So we will go through and confirm that, and then look to see if we have a box downstairs.
And some important things with this set is we have to make sure that the stickers are good, because these stickers peel off really easy because it's an older set. And we got to make sure the droids are good condition, because I think they're $80 each now. These pearl blue super battle droids, and they break very easily.
I think someone did a review of that set on our YouTube channel.
Somebody did it.
Did Justin do that?
Yep.
The Emperor did.
And then, of course, we've got Jedi Bob in there. Let's take a look at those stickers. Are they in here? So I think these are the pieces that the stickers go on, and I don't see the stickers on there, so that's another thing we'll have to...
another thing we would have to order is the sticker sheet.
We'll have to order a brand new sticker sheet, which would probably be $40 or $50, or we have to order the pieces with the stickers on them already in good condition.
Or we may have the stickers.
Or we might have them already. Looks like we got a stack of road plates in. And road plates are fantastic. We have a ton, but we'll always take more. The new road plates just came out from Lego, and all I'm hearing is complaints. It's actually causing people to buy more of the older road plates because they're so much easier to use and they're bigger. So they're to a better scale.
While you can get them, because they're going to phase them out.
This appears to be a set that someone started because it's full of mostly sealed bags inside. So this appears that someone started it, and whatever they opened was this bag here and put it back in, and it appears it was a gift based on the gift receipt on the back. But this is going to be one of the hardest ones to do because it's so generic to know, does it have all its pieces? So typically we'll weigh it to see, does it match the weight that it says it should weigh. It'll just be a whole. It'll be a whole.
Would Bricklink have that as a Toys R Us exclusive? Does it label?
I don't have it on Bricklink, but it'll be nearly impossible to inventory the way we normally do it because all the bags are sealed but one. So basically, unless it's in the instructions, it lists what was in this bag. It's almost virtually impossible with this kind of set to do that. So we would just weigh it.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting because it actually has. That'll be a sticker.
Yeah.
The Walmart exclusives, Target exclusives, usually that's just a sticker, whereas this is actually printed on the box. It's pretty interesting. But what it comes down to is this is just a bunch of pieces. It's a creator set. Probably going to sit in our graveyard as a list of things to do for a while. This was a trade-in somebody brought in. They got these at Bargain Hunt for a good price, and a lot of people, when they buy things, they buy them on clearance at Walmart or Target, and they know that they can bring them in and get close to full retail price for them here. So we get things all the time. These have, it almost looks like yard sale stickers on them. $1, $2, great deal. I would have bought them for that, but we probably gave them $3 or $4 in store credit for each of those. And then these, here's another Toys R Us exclusive set here, little minifigure packs, more polybags. So this stuff's easy. I love getting in polybags because we can just put a price tag on it and put it out for sale. And we can turn that right around, whereas that
will take a while.
This is really cool. It's got those brand new sealed bags in it, but it's probably going to be, gosh, it could be 6 months before we actually get this out for sale.
Unless someone specifically requests it after this video.
After the video.
Give me that Toys R Us box of pieces.
And I probably will be the one to do this because I don't typically give it to the inventory girls to do, so I probably will be the one to go through it and figure it out.
The gift receipt is on that box, by the way. I think it's too late to bring it back, but it is from 2016. So empty boxes go right down to the basement. So by the time I get into work, Angie's usually got a hand truck full of empty boxes and other graveyard items to go down to the basement for storage.
So I don't know where they came from, but there's just some pretty good base plates. Those two, at least, the raised ones. Well, that one's a good one too. So
just needs to be cleaned up.
Yep.
We have a dishwasher downstairs in our basement in our sorting room where we put the base plates in there to be washed.
This must have come in also. It has a full sticker sheet, which is great. So this is one of those that I would put out for Chris to see in just a pile. I'd take it out of this and put it in a pile, and then Chris would say to me, let's build them and just put them out. Or he'll say, we'll inventory it. But with Speed Champions, I've learned with him, I thought all of these were pretty valuable. He says some of them are, they're still retail and they're not that big a deal. So we don't want to waste our time inventorying them.
Yeah, so this is a retail set. You can still get it at retail price right now. You can go to Walmart and buy this for $30, and it would not be worth our time to inventory that set and just to put it out and resell it for $30.
Yep. So
Now,
he's going to get one of the guys to rebuild it, I'm assuming,
Yep.
to put it out for sale. And I'll keep the sticker sheets for the future when we can't buy this anymore and we will want to have these complete. So this will go where we keep our stickers, and this bin will go out front for one of the guys to work on while they're handling the store. The books will go downstairs
Yep.
to our book area.
So this next pile, I see we have a lot of games. How do they do?
The games sell. They're you can't buy these games anywhere. These are discontinued.
These are sealed. That's pretty hard. We don't get those in
You haven't seen these games for sale on the retail marketplace for quite a long time. If you want a Lego game, you either got to buy it online or come here to get it.
Is that one sealed in its original
Yeah.
shrink wrap?
All three of these are.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Somebody bought these at Goodwill.
I was going to say,
so
yeah, they bought it at Goodwill.
Goodwill writes their price tags with crayons on the boxes, and they paid $2.92 for that. And we probably gave them $10 in store credit. So someone did pretty good by bargain hunting, buying these sets and bringing them in and getting 3 times what they paid for it in store credit. This one's interesting here. This is a discontinued set. It hasn't really gone up in value a lot yet because it hasn't been discontinued that long, maybe about a year. And they did make a lot of these sets. You can see that Walmart price tag on it, $5 they paid for that. I don't think any Lego fan would pass that up. We probably gave them, I'm guessing, like $20 in store credit for that set. So they got 4 times their value by trading that into us. And then that's a sealed set, and this Ninjago set's a sealed set. That's a
the newer
2020
one?
set, so you
Yeah.
can still find that out for sale in the store. They could have gotten it on clearance and
Or
brought it in to
gift.
trade it in,
Get more
or they
money.
could have gotten it as a gift and brought it in. Now this gentleman here actually contacted me through Facebook, and he sent me a picture of all these sets, and he said, hey, could I get an estimate as to what you'll give me in store credit for these things? He drove over 2 hours to get here from Birmingham. This was the first batch that he sent in, and these actually, the Lego Batman movie sets are starting to go up in value a lot. So he got $300 and some in store credit for these sets. And then for the Star Wars sets, he traded in here. A lot of these have been discontinued, and they're starting to go up in value. This one's well over $100. Ended up getting close to $400 or $500 in store credit for these sets. And they're all sealed, new, ready to go out for sale. The quotes we give online are estimates because we need to see the condition of the box. We need to make sure the seals look good. If there's any evidence of tampering at all, we just open up the seals. We just break the seals and look at it, open it up to make sure that everything's in there.
This one, I think, is sealed, is pretty valuable.
Yeah, that one's gone up in value quite a bit.
This bucket on the bottom, somebody just brought in their built sets. I'm assuming they got store credit. Maybe they got cash. I'm not sure. But this is how we get a lot of our stuff. It's built and they bring it in. I would move all these new sets over by Chris's desk so that he can price them when he comes in. And I would have shifted this to the table, taken everything off, grouped everything that goes together, and have it out for him to go through and price when he comes in. Because I'm assuming most of this is going to go out for just sale as is. And we have about 5 of these in the case now as it is. So now we have 6.
That's a great set.
It is.
Because it's a school bus.
Right.
I mean, and Lego never really made a lot of school buses. They made one that I could think of, and that was a long time ago. So if you want a school bus, you could get the hidden side school bus.
And that would be easy to take some
yeah.
parts off and
Take
swap
the
some
blue
stuff around.
off.
Yeah.
All the figures are loaded inside there, so we'll probably take the figures out, sell the figures separately. It's time to get rid of that bus, so I think we were asking $30 for the bus. Now we have like 6 of them with this out in the case for sale, so we'll probably mark the price down to $20 and just
Try to get rid of them.
them. Yeah.
And
This
just
is
put
a
in
creator. Everybody wants a
the
city.
Creator City set.
So somebody will.
And even that one, even though that's Marvel, people like that for their city. That's it. Here's one of many bins of figures that someone brought in, which I'm very excited to go through because there are some friends, and I always pull the friends out for everything that we do with them. But then the rest of this is going to go to Chris.
Now, why would somebody have 3 of the same Hulks in here?
Well, there's 2 Scoobies too.
And this is what I look at immediately. This is 3 of the same Hulk. One of them doesn't look right to me. Do you see that, Angie?
Yeah.
This
He's
one's fake.
very shiny.
Yeah, that Hulk's fake right there.
Yeah.
So this Hulk, I think he only came in one set. It was the Hulkbuster set. So why would you have 3 of them? That's not normal. So it makes you look at things like that. You can see how shiny it is. His hair is actually a little different. It's a little more afro on it, and the printing's just a little different. So this will go in the trash, or we have one of our employees likes to take these and give them to his kids. As his kids don't know the difference yet.
When they find out, though, they'll be so mad at it.
I tell them it's fake. They don't care. They're happy to get it.
They don't care. Here's the other. I'm assuming these came together, but I don't know. This is another bin that would just really, truly just go to Chris to play with and to sort and to go, wow, look at that.
Yeah, that's a big mess of everything.
It is a mess, yeah. Here's Iron Man with a fake head. Actually, that's the whole thing's fake. This whole minifigure is fake. So a lot of work we got to look go through there. So, and that's pretty common. You get there's a lot of real figures in there, but their parents bought fake figures on Amazon or eBay.
Or at the flea market.
At the flea market. Yeah.
Another bin of just built stuff that, again, I would just take out, put it down. My guess is, without Chris telling me, that the police set would, this would probably go out for sale. This he may want inventoried because we like to have police, but then sometimes he'll say that, but sometimes he'll go, we have so much to inventory, let's just put this out. The train will go out, I'm sure. This set is not complete, so it probably will go up for sale. This he probably want inventoried, if I'm guessing right, and this will probably just go up for sale. Am I close, Chris?
How close was she?
Yeah, everything in here is pretty well built. It's all going to go up for sale. We just have to clean it off first. It's I don't know if you can see this right here. The layer of dust on that. That's kind of most things. It's common, and that's fine. People don't have to clean their stuff off. We have all the tools we need to clean Lego off.
Yeah.
But we do appreciate it.
And one thing that really stands out to me in here, we've got this out, we have all this stuff out for sale already.
Except for that train.
However, that Christmas train's a
Pretty awesome.
beauty.
And I might want to buy it.
You hear that? Hands off, says Angie. Hands off.
Maybe. I love anything Christmas. I want first dibs at it.
First things I noticed when I looked at this table is these Bionicle figures over here. What was this guy's name, Justin?
That is Matanui, and that's Brutaka. The big guy is Matanui.
This is a $250 bill right here. And we just got another one in last week. I think on Friday. So we got one in on Friday and we got one in on Saturday. And it's a very rare figure, so it's kind of strange that we would get.
So is Brutaka, right? Brutaka's worth a lot too.
Both good figures. Any of these Titans or.
And this one has some appears to have some sealed bags. So this will be another one that I'll go through, confirm it's all there, and if it is, then we can sell it pretty much new. We might call it new-ish, but it would be like new if the bags are sealed and not messed with, which they appear to be.
Yeah, this set here is really interesting because it says they bought it for $4. Somebody bought it at one time for $4.99.
Jeez.
And retail on this was probably $40, $50. So they got a great deal on it. It was bought from America's thrift store.
More built stuff and figures. Figures would go to Chris's area to go through and play with. This will go out for sale, I'm assuming. Some of this is not completely complete. Like this, probably we would just make sure it's clean and put it in the pick-a-brick area. This here is one of those where, in my mind, it's pretty much pick-a-brick, except that I would pull some, like this is a pretty rare color in this part right here, so it's usually used as French fries in a lot of sets. So I would definitely take this off of it and put it in our stuff. Dark tan is a hard color for us to come by because we build modulars a lot, so I take all the dark tans I ever see and put them where they go. Sand green is another color that's pretty rare, so I'll take those pieces off and put them in our sand green bin or wherever they belong. Once I've picked this clean, then it either goes in pick-a-brick, well, it would go in pick-a-brick because there's no graveyard it's going to go in, so it would just go in pick-a-brick.
I happen to know that that's from the Lonely Mountain, the Smaug set. So would you you pick-a-brick it still?
Okay, so
or
see that's the other thing. I would have looked this up also to see what set it was from, but if I didn't know, it probably would have gone pick-a-brick. But knowing that, it probably would go in the graveyard downstairs.
Okay. Without taking all that stuff off. Now it just goes as is.
If that's what it's from, that's a pretty hard set to come by, so we would definitely put that in the graveyard for the future when we get one in, for sure.
So this is why we like to keep collections together. So this is the platform here for this ship over here. And then minifigures for this collection, they could be here or here, or they could have gone together. So you might find minifigure pieces for one figure that's in here, and over here they could be mixed together. So
this would go out for sale probably like it is. It's pretty cute, and it is a cute little set. I mean, we clean it up a lot and all, but
what was that? What's going on?
What's going on
That's
kind of gross.
Oh my goodness. That's some evil mockery.
We found some murder.
Someone took, what is that, Emmett's house and turned into a murder scene?
It's not Emmett's house. It's a creator set.
Oh, that's a creator set. Okay.
And this obviously goes with the police station over there, probably.
What is the worst thing someone could do? What is a pet peeve when someone tries to come in and trade and ask for full value on a trade-in?
Fake Lego mixed in with real Lego when they're trying to get full value for it. So this collection here, it's funny you asked that. You didn't even know this, but looking over here at this, there's no reason that this is like a brand new space set. Why would this have fake Lego or the wrong pieces on it? Obviously, it came apart at one point in time because I see an old light gray piece on there that actually is damaged. And so that would not have come with this set. So before we put this out for sale, we'll have to pull that off, get the right piece, and put it on there.
And this is a case where, I don't know if this happened, it may not have, but this is a case where sometimes you'll say, is this complete? And they'll say yes. And maybe these are parts that actually go here, but as you can see, they are the wrong colors. Because I know that, like he said, doesn't even belong.
Yeah, and they don't know.
They
have no idea.
Know. They just see gray. They don't see the color.
And we
difference.
Still give really good value for things. They're surprised. They're like, wow, I get that much money for this? Like this shoebox of minifigures, you bring it in and, it's well over $100, maybe $200 in store credit, depending on what's in there. But like I showed you, there were fake figures in there, and a lot of people don't even know they have fake figures. They don't have a clue. This was a really interesting one here.
Obviously, these look like they're sealed sets. So again, these would have gone to Chris's desk to be priced later. The fact that this is sealed, that's a pretty big deal. I think it's sealed. Is it sealed?
For this tiny little sealed set,
it's going to be a lot of money.
Original retail price was probably $10 on that. We gave them $100 store credit. I haven't looked it up yet. That happened over the weekend. I don't know what we're going to sell it for, but $100 store credit seems to me like a lot of money.
A lot of money for that, yeah. And then this is sealed as well.
These are items that are on clearance right now at Walmart, at some Walmarts. Our local Walmart still has these at full price, $5, but I have seen these at some Walmarts around the country for like $1.50. So somebody would have bought these for $1.50 and we would have given them probably $5 store credit for them. Same thing with these. These have been on clearance for $5 at Walmart. People buy them for $5. They bring them in. We'll give them $10 store credit for it.
Same with the dots.
Same thing with the dots. Yeah.
They're all on clearance right now, so we're getting a whole bunch of stuff. Our aftermarket is growing on this.
So dots didn't do well, or just the new stuff is replacing it?
Well, my
know.
guess is a lot of people don't know about it. So when it's not in the Lego aisle in most places, it's in like the craft aisle. They have it at Michael's.
They have them at Michael's a lot.
So a lot of people don't really see it as Lego. They just see it as a craft. And
what I see is quarter tiles. I get so excited about those.
The guys are buying them like crazy.
The guys are for those parts.
The pieces are amazing. I mean, you get great pieces.
And great colors. Pretty valuable Ninjago set.
Pretty interesting. That's two of the same set. That's kind of odd somebody would bring two of the same set.
Now, do you know how old this is? Is this a... If it's a newer set, we'd probably put out for sale. But if this is an older set, we would inventory this because we have two. So the likelihood of getting at least one good one out, I would check if we have a box. I would check if we have a book. If we have those for sure, it's probably one of them is going to be inventoried for sure. If we don't have either of those things, then we probably put them both out for sale.
The one with the light up brick in the top.
That's
there.
awesome.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, that one doesn't work. So maybe that's why they bought a second one, because one works, one doesn't.
I would check for books and boxes and then inventory one for sure. Right?
This version of the Milano, we probably have 10 of them out for sale right now, and it's kind of like that school bus. It's the same way.
Yeah.
We'll probably put it out for sale but lower the price.
This Minecraft set, I would definitely look for the book in the box because Minecraft is really valuable, especially if you have all that. So if we have the book in box, for sure we would inventory this because these built sets don't sell as well in the case for us for Minecraft. But if they're in the box, we sell them pretty easily.
This is interesting here too because it looks like they have two of the same helicopter from Jurassic World in here as well. So maybe they were twins and they each were kids close in age and each kid got the same set for Christmas.
Could be.
You never know.
This stuff came in when I was working on Saturday night. He did not have very many figures. These are the figures he brought in. So he had most of the Arctic figures, but for anything else that needed a figure, he did not.
That's a pretty special figure right there.
What is
Ultra
that from?
Agents.
Oh.
He's from Ultra Agents, and he, you know, before Ninjago started coming out with these really cool helmets and stuff, Ultra Agents had them in their sets. They were some of the first sets to have those.
How much is that guy worth?
$20 or $30 probably. But then
This-
what's funny is the rest of the figures here are really just
They're
common
very
figures.
generic,
Your
yeah.
Arctic figures.
This ship, I looked it up when I was trying to figure out what to give him in money, and because he asked for cash, he didn't want store credit.
These race cars, these Technic race cars. This is funny that we got this in over the weekend because we just got this exact same set in last week. And it's not a common set. I mean, that's a pretty unique set that we would get that in twice in the same week. So I know we put it out for sale last week and I saw it again. I was like, why did somebody take that out of the case?
Unfortunately, he didn't have the books for any of them, and I don't think that we may have this book, but I would be shocked if we did. This Nexo Night set was pretty incomplete. Definitely had no figures, and a lot of the stuff that comes with it wasn't with it.
And we've got 3 of these out for sale in their original boxes, maybe new, maybe used. So we don't need another one inventoried, so we'll probably just put that Fortrix out for sale as is.
Then we got more Nexo Knights here, which this guy's pretty cool, I thought. And then these other little ships here came with it. And then this Ninjago dragon, which I thought was pretty awesome, but it didn't have anything else with it. So I'm assuming this will go out for sale.
It's the Morrow Dragon.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Unfortunately, it didn't have the figures with it
Nope.
because the figures
Figures
are
are the most important.
pretty expensive.
Yeah.
So we went through the table. Is there anything else you want to show us, or you want to go to the minifigures? What we do once we pull out the minifigures out of all this stuff, what do we do with them?
The minifigures are a lot of work, so we have to check them for condition and everything. Anything that looks like a complete figure, we'll take them and we'll bring them over here to Justin's desk. It was just clean when I left on Friday.
I didn't do it. It is the dumping ground. It's,
It is. It seems
It's
like
kind of
on the
like
weekends-
this table.
Yeah, on the
it's,
weekends they just come and dump
it's the dumping ground for everything.
We'll put complete figures to be processed here. So if we think it's a complete good condition figure, we put it right here. And one of our experts will check it for condition. It's usually John or myself, sometimes Justin. If it's just a minifigure part, it goes in this bin down here.
Or incomplete, it's missing something.
Or like that one that obviously had the wrong head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
would go
the
in
one
there.
that had the wrong head was, that was actually a
That
fake
was all completely
minifigure. That
fake,
goes
but
in
yeah.
our fake minifigure bin right here.
Why is doing minifigures so difficult?
Because the condition, there's so much to look at. I can make mistakes too. We have a light that is up here that we turn on when we look at them. We have to make sure that they're not cracked, that it's the right face.
And you have to really
right
know the
hair.
figures.
You really do.
And
That's
really
why-
understand the themes. Like, that's what always amazes me about you and John, that you guys can look at a Star Wars guy. To me, it's like, this is the 400th clone trooper I've seen, and you guys can tell, oh, he's got the wrong legs on.
So this guy's a good example here. He's from the Agents line, and he's a pretty rare figure. And this hair piece is rubber, and the print will peel off that rubber really easy. So if it has started to peel off his hair, we can't sell him. We're not going to sell him unless he's in extremely good collector's quality condition. So what we would do with him is we would put him in our graveyard, our agent's graveyard in the back, and when we do find the right hair, we'll put it on him and sell him. However, this figure is good, ready to go. I've checked to make sure there's no cracks under his arms where they usually crack, no scratches or cracks on the back, there's no actually, he's absolutely mint. There's no blemishes on him at all. One of the things that we quite often overlook could be his arms, the crack right there from the hands going in and out. But this figure here is excellent condition, and he's collector's quality, so he goes in with our other Agents figures. We have a drawer just for Agents right here. So I'm going to put him there, and then he'll be put out. Once that drawer is full, we'll update our website with our inventory, and then we'll put them out for sale. So as you can see, we have every theme has its own drawer here. Jack Stone, Hospital, Holiday, every individual space theme such as Alien Conquest. And then if it is just parts, so let's say here's a Hagrid that I noticed down here, and he's in that bin because he doesn't have the right head. So if you take his head off, it's actually Ron Weasley's head on Hagrid. So what we'll do with that is one of our sorters will sort this by theme, all the parts, and then we'll bring all those parts back and we'll put it in our minifigure graveyard. This is our minifigure graveyard right here. So Iron Man's got his own drawer. There's an entire drawer full of Iron Mans. That's a really popular Iron Man right there, the underwater Iron Man. I think he's worth $40 or $50. Unfortunately, those are just parts. So our Harry Potter drawer is right here. This is our Harry Potter graveyard. And it's just Harry Potter minifigures that are not complete or ready to sell. But every now and then we'll bring those home with us with an expert. Like an expert has our mystery minifigures right now, and he is an expert at mystery minifigures, and he's putting together complete minifigures out of our parts. He probably brought home 100,000 mystery minifigure parts, and he's had them for about 2 months now, and he's almost done. He's going to bring them back this month, and I'm very excited about it.
So you took us through the minifigures. We saw what we do with boxed sets, with open sets, with partially completed sets. What about bulk Lego, or those things that look like we're just going to take them apart? What the heck do we do with all that?
Well, typically I go through that. If we get big bins of just bulk, most of it is going to be bulk that we'll take downstairs, clean, put in the washer, and then we'll sell that online or here in the store. But before I pour it into the bin that takes bulk, I go through and look for figure parts. I go through and look for chunks of sets. Doing that one day, I found at the bottom of what appeared to be a bulk bin, I found almost a completed Scooby-Doo haunted house. Don't want to just pour it directly into the bin. Some stuff came in over the weekend, and they didn't, it must have been a small amount, so they went ahead and poured it, but they poured a lot of things in here that I would not have put in. Some of this would just have gone to the graveyard for Speed Champions, maybe. Or
so this big bucket here is our dumping ground for parts to be processed.
Yeah, we have 2 of these, so we switch them out. When one is full of bulk, we switch it out with one downstairs, and vice versa, and we just go back and forth. This particular stuff got poured in here. I would have not done that. I would have gone through it before I did this, because, you know, some of this can actually just be put in our pick-a-brick. I would not have thrown books in here.
So you try to do some pre-sorting, but it's going to get sorted after this anyway.
It will, but this is a lot more work for the guys to do. They shouldn't have to take all this apart. These particular gold hubcaps are pretty valuable and hard to find, so I would have taken these off prior to pouring it in there, and I would have put this with some of our assorted wheels so that we know where they are when they come back. That would have probably gone to a graveyard. These particular gold hubcaps are pretty valuable and hard to find, so I would have taken these off prior to pouring it in there, and I would have put this with some of our assorted wheels so that we know where they are when they come back.
I think, didn't we order some of those to complete a set recently?
Well, we thought we were going to have to. We ended up finding them. Mm-hmm. I think I had to order one, because there's a set, I think it's this set that comes with 10, I believe. And we were missing 2 or 3 of them, and so or one of them was broken, and we were missing 2.
When we had to order that piece for the set, number one, it delayed our getting the set out for sale. Yeah. And as you can see, we don't have a whole lot of places to put things, so we had to set that set aside, wait for that part to come in. then pay for shipping on that one part. So it's not an expensive part. It's probably like a 50-cent piece, but by the time you pay for shipping, you're about $5 for that one part.
Yeah, I would have definitely edited this down. Our goal is not always to put it in a graveyard, because we don't want a lot in a graveyard. We want to be able to put a lot of this out on a pick-a-brick area, preferably, or to break it down into to be bulk to sell.
We definitely don't make money storing Lego,
Right,
so
and
we
that's what
do
we
try to
don't
get
wanna
as much
do.
out for sale
We don't want to
as quickly as possible.
Well, let's see. So once this is pretty much completely full, it goes downstairs, doesn't it?
Yes.
Let's go down to the secret room and see what happens when we get a bunch of bulk Lego. Take me downstairs.
Oh, okay. Follow me. It's cold. Oh, it is. It's got a little snow.
Oh, I see it. This flurries.
Yeah. I make this trek many times a day, especially on a Monday. Alright, so this is the problem when I'm working upstairs. The basement gets messy again. So this is probably from past times that we've gotten stuff in recently, and I just need to come downstairs and put it away. So when I'm working upstairs, this gets sad, and when I work down here, the upstairs gets sad, so I'm constantly back and forth. So we're going to go to the sorting room, where when we get the bulk in, this is where it goes to. I think Levi's working today. Yep, Levi's in here now. So you notice this black bin here. This is where we switch them out a lot of times. Whenever this one gets empty, they come up and get the next one. And we just constantly switch it out. We have our sorting guys down here. They're sorting, so he'll pull. This one's obviously getting low, so we'll be switching this out eventually. But they'll take a big bucket full, and his job is to go through and pull out all the rare and valuable parts, meaning like stickered parts, pieces that you can't. This particular door is pretty valuable. So things that we would sell more separately, anything that's non-Lego, that's fake, he'll pour into a bin. Stickered parts he puts into a bin. We separate, we pull out figures, accessories.
Is this before it's washed or after?
Before. So animal parts, he'll pull out. Large wheels we pull out. Hoses, those type of things are going to get stuck in our bags. We pull out so they don't mess up the washing machine. Once they've sorted it all out, then it gets put into a bucket. This is sorted bulk that will be washed. And then we bag them up. We put them in 3 of our washing bags so that the bulk doesn't get into the washing machine. So we have, these have all been washed and are out drying now on the rack. It usually takes a good day or 2 for this to dry completely. We need to make sure it's completely dry because it's a little wet, and then we send it out in the bags. It gets this
funk.
Yeah, it smells funny. Once he gets a good bit in here, he'll 3-bag it and put it in our wash machine in here and wash it. We use kind of our own concoction. It's a little bit like it's going to be lemon juice and some white vinegar and some borax. It's just a combination of whatever we make.
I think I had that in a protein shake this morning.
You think? Oh, okay, we're going to clean you out, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And then this is more bulk. Actually, this can be poured into that black bin and the box taken away. This is our dishwasher where we wash our base plates. So we just put them in there like a regular thing and pour some of the borax or whatever in there. And that goes through a full cycle to get it completely clean and sanitized and all. And then once it's completely washed, and like I said, it dries here on the rack, and then hopefully if it's dried for, like this was done last week, so over the weekend, so this will go up and we'll have, this one's soaking wet, so obviously that's new. These feel completely dry. So these would go upstairs, and we get bulk orders all the time. 10-pound orders, 50-pound orders of bulk. And this is where we pull it from. So we fill it in bags, put it in boxes, and ship it all over the U.S. And I feel like we can ship bulk anywhere in the world. So it can go anywhere. We do the same thing with Duplo. And then also these bins, when they get full, then we have the catch-alls over here. So this is where all the specialty stuff goes. So windscreens, train parts, Duplo, rare parts fills up constantly. I'm constantly going through the non-Lego. Before this gets thrown away, I go through every piece, because sometimes the sorters don't catch a piece that's Lego, or there's something they didn't know was Lego. So I pull that out, and like we talked about earlier in the video, the minifigures that are not Lego, Chris is obsessed with them, so I give him those. But this is all bigger containers, so when these get full, they come to me with it. We have a place for plants, we have a place for animals, we have a place sorted for rocks. So I take these when these get full and put them where they belong upstairs, typically. And then those get clean, make sure they're clean, and then we sell those separately for our what we call rear parts, or what we bag in the store or mail to you guys. That's where it all goes. So it's a huge process.
It is, but it's well worth it.
It is.
Well, thank you so much, Chris and Angie, for educating us and letting us see the behind-the-scenes magic that happens here at the Atlanta Brick Co.
It is magical.
It is. I feel magic.
And it's fun. It's like we get to come in on a Monday morning and it's like, ooh, what did we get?
I know,
And then it's like...
It's a little overwhelming and exciting at the same time.
And then after you look at it all, then it's the work.
Yeah.
And it takes all week to get this stuff put away.
It does.
And,
stuff.
But that initial coming around the corner and looking at it, it is like Christmas every Monday.
It is. And it totally is.
And then it's instantly Christmas night. It's like, oh, I gotta throw all the packages away and the wrapping.
Yeah. And it like Angie just had all that cleaned and ready to go.
Every Friday, that's my job.
On Friday.
By Friday, to have that whole table completely cleared so it can be refilled on the weekend.
Now, we used to, before the pandemic, we used to do birthday parties in here. So we would have to clean it every Friday, like a lot more. And then we would also have to get it out for sale. We were really rushed to do all that. But now that we're not doing birthday parties anymore, we can leave it in here a little longer.
My goal, though, for personal is to get as much out of here on Monday as I possibly can, because it just keeps coming in during the week, too.
Yeah.
And I'm if I'm working in the basement for a day or two and I come up here, it's just... And then when I'm working up here, the basement gets... So I'm constantly... moving and shaping and figuring out where to get things out.
You get your steps in. Get your steps in.
Yes, I do. Yes,
around
and
here.
we the reason people bring it in so often is because we do give so much money for it. We usually give probably 5 times what you would sell it for at a yard sale.
For sure. And because we have a Goodwill literally next door. And
there's
Chris
a Goodwill
always
next
says,
door.
Why do they take it to Goodwill when
And
they
people
keep
are
coming here
always
and get money
donating
for it?
their Lego to them, and it's like, why would you do that when you can just bring it in here and get real money for it?
Yeah.
We pay good money for it, but we pay even better in trade. The trade value is usually like, hey, I'll give you $20 cash for this, or I'll give you $40 in trade. It's usually twice as much in trade, because we would much rather give them store credit than have to pay cash for anything. So most people will come in with the intentions of selling us something, and then they get that dollar amount in their head. It's like, ooh, I could go home with a $500 Lego set.
Yeah.
And it's funny, you see college-age kids do that. They come in and they need that money.
They do.
And they come in planning on getting money, but then you dangle that carrot with the store credit in front of them, and they're like, "Oh, bring home a new Lego set.
I don't need books.
Yeah.
I need to stimulate my mind with Lego.
And we try to make it as easy on you as possible. We buy Lego every single day. A lot of people will come in and they'll describe to us in detail what everything is that they have, and it's like, I saw that an hour ago.
It's not new to us. Sometimes they're just like, I don't want any part of it, just take it. And then there's some people like come in and describe to you every possible thing and the value and the beauty and the value, and we're like, you're right, it is, but I'm thinking to myself, but you don't have to tell me, because I already know.
You don't have to sell us.
We already know. We know it's valuable.
We know it's Lego. We know it's awesome.
Because it's so important that people can trust us, and that we don't get the reputation that a pawn shop might have, or GameStop, which is in the news a lot lately. But GameStop, if you bring a video game into them, you get like $1 store credit for it, and you paid $50 for it. That doesn't seem fair. And people who usually get paid from us, they find it very equitable. On our website, we've got a new web page that says "Sell to Us" on it, and you can send us your Lego through the mail if you can't bring it into the store, and
not
we'll give
local.
you store credit for it, or we'll give you cash for it. And the website makes it easy to do that. We'll send you a prepaid shipping label. You don't have to have any upfront expenses. We get your Lego in the mail, and then we either send you money if that's what you want, or we send you a gift card through email.
Yep, so give us a try, especially even if you're in California. We'll take your Lego,
Even in California?
even in California.
Only anywhere in the world?
No,
No,
actually,
just
the U.S. We've tried trading with people in Australia,
It's
Brazil,
just- yeah,
Europe,
it's kinda
even
hard.
Canada. It's so expensive.
So-
The shipping. Yeah.
That it just takes any deals right out of it. It's a lose-lose if we trade internationally, but if we trade domestically, it can be a win-win.
Well, thank you again so much. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We will see you again very soon. Our podcasts Between the Studs is available as an actual audio podcast. If you want to just listen to our sweet voices describe things as you go to sleep at night, or perhaps while you're building
Or driving.
or driving.
We're building Lego.
Yeah, that's what I would
Yeah.
do. That's what I
Yeah.
would do is while you were building on a building
But
section.
not while you're
listen to
building
us.
and driving.
Don't build and drive. No.
That needs to be a new
The
slogan.
cops will get you. We'll have a
No
poster
building
up.
and
Yeah.
Don't build it.
There's no law against it.
there's
The cops are not going to
I
get
know.
it.
We need to lobby.
Yeah.
We need to lobby to have this epidemic that's happening in our streets. Please check us out, and we will see you guys very soon.
Bye.
Thank you.